Hello everyone! For this week's craft, we are going to be making egg carton critters. I'm going to be showing you how to make a caterpillar, a turtle, a bumblebee, and a ladybug in today's video. So the first thing that you're going to want to do when you make these is you're going to need an empty egg carton. It can be either be one of the cardboard ones or one of the styrofoam ones. Either is fine. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut the egg carton apart so you only have the parts that the egg sits in. And then you're going to want to paint it. You can paint them any colors you want. You can make realistic looking critters like my ladybug here who's red with the black spots. Or you can make kind of silly colored ones. This is supposed to be a turtle, but he's purple and pink, and we know that turtles are not actually purple and pink. So you're going to want to paint, and you're going to want to let them dry before you start decorating. So I painted all of my egg carton last night so that I can do all of my decorating with you guys today. I'm going to start by showing you the ladybug. The bumblebee. For my bumblebee, I painted it yellow, and then once the yellow had dried, I went back and I painted it using a Q-tip with black stripes, all right? So this part I want to be my face. So the first thing I'm gonna do is he needs some eyeballs. So I'm gonna use hot glue in the video because it dries super fast, but you can definitely use regular Elmer's liquid glue at home if that is easier, and it's probably a lot safer for you if you're little. So there's one eye. And then there's two eyes. Now I'm just using little googly eyes for my bumblebee. So now he has his eyeballs. The next thing I want to do is I want to give my bumblebee some wings. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to use a pipe cleaner. And I'm going to take my pipe cleaner and I'm going to make one wing and see if that's about the right size. I think that's about the right size. You can make really little wings, or you can make really big wings, or medium size. So I'm going to take my pipe cleaner, I'm going to curve it around, and then I'm going to tighten it around here so that it doesn't come apart. So there's one wing, and now I'm going to take this side, and I'm going to make a wing that matches it. Does that look about even? Looks pretty even. Then I'm going to wrap that part around too once, and there we go. Now, I don't need this long part here, so I'm going to use my scissors, and I'm very carefully going to cut off the extra bit. There we go. And now I have some wings. Now, the wings I'm going to glue right onto the top of my bumblebee. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here. And then I'm just going to set these right on top. And now my bumblebee has wings. Now I bet a lot of you know that a bumblebee usually has a little stinger on its one end. So I'm going to use part of the pipe cleaner that I cut off. And I'm going to cut a tiny little stinger for my bumblebee. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue right on the end there. See how I did that? And now I'm going to put it here. Now, especially if you're using just liquid glue, you're going to have to hold this here for a little while. That way it doesn't fall off. So you just have to hold it there until it seems like it'll stay there all by itself. And this might take a little bit of patience, but in the end he'll look so cute. It's really worth it. And there is my bumblebee. Now, since I used hot glue, he's got some little stringies. So let me pull the little stringies off. And there's my bumblebee. How does he look? I think he looks pretty cute. So there's my bumblebee. The next one I'm going to make is my ladybug. So for my ladybug, I started by painting the eggshell red. Then I waited for it to dry. And then I, again, used my little Q-tip, dipped it in black paint, and gave him some polka dots. And then I just painted a big black circle, or half circle, I guess, for where his face is going to be. Okay, so again, just like last time, I'm going to start by gluing on his eyeballs. eyeballs for my ladybug. There we go. See how he looks? And next what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue on his legs. Now ladybugs usually have 6 legs because they are insects. So I'm going to use pipe cleaner again for my ladybug legs. I'm going to cut 1 leg, 2 legs, 3 legs. Now when you're cutting your legs, they should be about the same size. So that's when we can use our measuring and line them up and see if they're about the same size. They don't have to be perfect, but they should be close. So we got 4, 5, and this one seems a little bit long, 6. There we go. And now I'm going to flip my ladybug over and I'm going to put a little bit of glue around both sides wherever I'm going to put a leg, okay? I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right there. I'm going to put a leg there. And your legs you're going to need to hold on there for a little bit so they don't fall off. Oh, and mine are getting all tangled up. Ooh. There we go. A leg here. And a leg here. So there's 3 legs on our ladybug, and now I'm going to go around to the other side. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a little bit of glue just along the edge, and you might need a little bit of help from mom or dad, and that's okay. So we're going to put a leg here. A leg there in the middle. And whoa, we're stuck on the glue again. 1 more leg. There. And then you're going to want to let it dry. So you may have to leave it there for a little bit because if I flip it over right now, it might get stuck to my paper or the counter, wherever you're working, okay? Let's see. That's about dry. So the last thing I want to give my ladybug is a couple of antennae. So what I did is I took 2 more little pipe cleaners, and these ones I curved a little bit. So I took a straight pipe cleaner and I just bent it a tiny, tiny bit so that he can have a curved antenna. So then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue above each eye where I'm going to put the antennas. 1 antenna for our ladybug. And then we want 1 on the other side too. 2 antennas. And there you go. That is our ladybug. Now the next guy I'm going to make is my turtle. For my turtle, I'm going to use a pom-pom for my turtle head. Now if you don't have pom-poms at home, that doesn't mean you can't make a turtle. You can cut out a little piece of paper in the shape of a circle to glue there, or kind of like what we did with our ladybug, you can paint a half circle and that can be your turtle head instead. Alright? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue on my turtle's head, which is a little green pom-pom. I'm going to glue right there at the front. And now my turtle needs some eyes, so I'm going to glue my little googly eyes onto the pom-pom. So I think I'm going to put the glue on the googly eye. 1 googly eye. It is very sticky. There's 1. And here's our next googly eye. There's 2. So now our turtle has his little eyes. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add his feet. To make his feet, you could either use paper or you could use pipe cleaners. I find it a little bit easier to use the pipe cleaners, but if you don't have those at home, definitely just cut out a piece of little bits of paper to glue for his 4 feet. So for his feet, I took a little piece of pipe cleaner, and then I'm just going to kind of almost fold it in half and twist. And there's 1 little turtle foot. You're going to want 4 of those since turtles usually have 4 feet. Then I'm going to put a little bit of glue on one corner. And I'm going to stick his foot on. I'm going to hold it there for just a minute so that it stays right where I want it to go. Now I'm going to put a little bit of glue in the next corner. Put on the next foot. Hold it there for a second. There we go. Now I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the last two corners and add his last 2 feet. And there you have your little turtle. Now something that I want to show you is you could leave your turtle looking plain like this, or I'm also going to show you how I use a Q-tip to paint, alright? So Q-tips are really nice because they can let little hands do fun details, okay? So I've got a little bit of green paint here, and I'm just going to dip my Q-tip right in the green paint like it's a paintbrush, and now I'm going to put a design on my turtle's shell. So I'm going to maybe do the middle like this, big circle in the middle, just like that. And then maybe some other shapes along the side of his shell. And if your Q-tip dries out, just get a little bit more paint. A little bit more. Let's see, maybe one more, I think, up towards the front here. There we go, and now my turtle has a shell that has details on it, and once you're done painting it, you're going to want to leave it alone so it can dry, okay? That way my fingers don't get all messy. The last guy I'm going to show you how to make is our caterpillar. The caterpillar you can have a lot of fun with because he can be all sorts of fun colors. You can make a pattern if you want. So for my caterpillar, let's see, what colors do I have left here? Maybe we'll do a green head, and then let's see, how's that look? There we go. Green, red, blue, green, red. How about that? So for the caterpillar, the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to glue his body parts together. Now my caterpillar is made of 6 egg carton pieces. You can make a really long caterpillar with more than 6, or you can make a slightly shorter caterpillar with less than 6. That part is totally up to you. And he can be any color you want. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the end here. And I'm going to stick this on. And you're going to want to hold it there until it seems pretty stable, okay? Remember, if you're using Elmer's glue, that's fine. It's just going to take a little bit longer for it to stay stuck, okay? There we go. Hold it there. Next up is my blue. Just a little bit of glue. And stick them together. And next comes my bright green. I put that on the blue one. And last is my red here. I'm going to put this right there. Alright, so now that is my caterpillar body. The next thing that I want to add for my caterpillar is his antenna. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of pipe cleaner and you are going to wrap it, where are my pens? Around a pen or a pencil or a marker so that it kind of has a curly Q shape to it. So I'm going to hold it here and then I'm just going to wrap it around and then you just pull it right off. And now I have a curly Q, and this seems a little bit tight, so I'm going to stretch it out just a little bit so it's still curly, but sticks up a little bit straighter. And now I have 2 of these for my antennas, and I'm going to stick one on each side of his head. Alrighty. We're getting all sorts of stuff over here. Ooh. There we go. So I'm going to put a little dot, 2 little dots of glue for his antennas. And you're going to need to hold your antennas there for just a little bit so that they don't fall over. We've got one antenna, goes here. There we go. Oh, no, need to hold it a little bit longer. If it starts falling over, just hold on to it a little bit longer, okay? And it'll be A-okay. And my other antenna is going to go in this dot of glue. Now, what's really cool with your caterpillar is if you want, you can go back and decorate him so he can be colorful, or you can give him polka dots or stripes or anything like that, and that would be super fun. The last thing I'm going to show you what to do is on this caterpillar, I gave him big, giant googly eyes. Now, I know that not everyone is going to have googly eyes at home, and that's fine. What you can do is you can take a marker or some paint, and you can draw on some eyes. So that's what I'm going to do for this guy. I'm going to give him 2 eyes. I'm going to draw 2 circles, just like that, you see? And then I'm going to draw 2 filled in circles on the inside of those circles. And there you go. So even though I don't have googly eyes for him, he still looks pretty fun, doesn't he? And that is our caterpillar. And remember, just like I said, you can add details and designs to all these little egg carton pieces to make it your very own and make it unique, just like you. All right? So I hope you guys had fun watching me make egg carton critters, and I hope someday you get to make some super fun ones too. All right? Thank you for listening, everyone. I hope you have a great day. Bye.